the Davey Mac Sports Program.
What?
On riotcast.com. Right. And here's your host, Dave McDonald.
Thank you. Thank you, Peppa.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Peppa.
You're welcome.
So drunk right now, right?
What?
Are you?
No.
Yeah, that's right. You are.
I'm sober.
Davey Mac Sports Program. It's Eastside Dave. It's Davey Mac. It's what they call me, the Sports Master.
He's the one that we've been after.
With me, as always, directly to my left, they call him the Peppy Hamburger, Chris Stanley.
Yeah. I'm here.
Also with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, making it all happen technical-wise, Shadow. And the king of the keyboards, 9-time Emmy Award winner, 13-time Oscar winner, 14-time Razzie Award winner, Roy Schaefer!
Roy! It's Roy! Roy!
Also in attendance tonight, the sports therapist, Christina, and the story of the night. Of course, everyone's talking about Zach Facts!
What?
And it's Zach Facts' last show, and that's the big discussion of the Davey Mac Sports Program. We're going to do 60 minutes about Zach and Zach's last show. Zach, who, before the radio program, I brought up his name to Roy Schaefer, and I said, is he quite possible the greatest intern in the history of Skinny Man Studios? Roy Schaefer then said he's at least in the top 18. So there you have it. Big time. And it's his last show tonight, Pepper. So it's 60, because I don't think it's been a very big, shall we say, buzzworthy sports week thus far. I don't know.
Have you been watching television?
I've been drunk and high, so I haven't. Now, you tell me, what's going on, Peppy Hams?
So it's the NBA playoffs.
The NBA playoffs.
Are you familiar with Donald Sterling?
Oh, yeah. He is such a good owner.
Oh,
and
my
I am
God.
so happy that he has gotten the Clippers into a period of prominence and success. Why? What happened with Donald, huh?
You didn't hear any voicemails from his girlfriend come out?
Stop just shitting.
Thanks to TMZ?
I did, in fact.
Well, what? It's been, 5 days since they came out?
This guy's, he has some problems, huh? Oh, boy. Doesn't like the blacks very much.
Or Mexicans.
All right. I have just so many things, and we have so many gosh darn papers in front of us.
We've literally built a case against Donald Sterling. Well, after the TMZ audio initially leaked, Deadspin then went back and found all stuff from sworn testimony and firsthand accounts of what Sterling said over the years. This has been going on since the early 80s.
They have a whole list on Deadspin of the things that Donald Sterling has said. For instance, from 2002, in sworn testimony, he said, "That's because of all the blacks in this building, they smell. They're not clean." Here's another one. "And it's because of all the Mexicans that just sit around and smoke and drink all day. I don't like Mexican men because they smoke and drink."
He wouldn't like me then either, for real.
And then here's another one. "Is she one of those black people that stink? Just evict that bitch." These are all direct quotes, by the way. "I'm offering a lot of money for a poor black kid," is what he referred to Danny Manning, of course, of Kansas, who won a national championship and was a good Clipper, by the way. By the way, on my Twitter at 11 o'clock in the morning, this morning, I said, sources tell me Donald Sterling will be kicked out of the NBA.
Who was your source?
Chris Pepper Stanley.
Wow.
I
Don't
called you.
out me, man.
You were still drunk at the time and blacked out.
Oh, good.
So you probably don't remember. It happened at 11 this morning. I know.
Blacked out since Sunday
I know.
afternoon.
It's vacation.
Always working.
Yeah.
Always
On
working.
his vacation, 11 o'clock in the morning is like 2 o'clock in the morning to most people.
Right.
So, he was all fucked up. But I used you in order to say sources tell me. And guess what? That prediction was right.
Guess what? I don't mind being used.
My brother wrote about Donald Sterling and actually wrote a series of articles of Donald Sterling starting in 2007 for the LA Weekly, detailing how much of a fucking scumbag this guy was, including the fact that he would pay for his own Humanitarian of the Year award.
It's good publicity, Dave.
I like his style.
Furthermore, there's so much shit to this.
Up until 2 days ago, he was going to get a Lifetime Achievement Award from the NAACP.
His second! His second, bro! Which means he already has a Lifetime Achievement Award from the NAACP. You must have known. about Donald Sterling before you give him a Lifetime Achievement Award? You must have known that he was a slumlord in Los Angeles.
Well, look, that's one testimony you just talked about where because of all blacks in this building, they smell they're not clean. That was from 12 years ago.
I don't agree with that. I mean, Zach, are you black? Are you? Are you really?
Black facts.
Yes. Okay, he went the opposite direction. I was expecting him to say, no, I'm white. And then I was going to say, well, Zach smells. But it didn't make sense now that he, for some bizarre reason, said he was black. Even though I know you're from fucking Maine. And black people, obviously. And don't Donald Sterling me.
You just Donald Sterling yourself.
Don't Donald Sterling. I've been to Maine a couple times. My brother went to Dartmouth. And I don't even know if Dartmouth is in Maine, for that matter. But
I was at a fish festival in Maine once.
Yeah, I went there too. And did you see a lot of blacks there?
I saw one.
Yeah. Clarence Clemens don't count, dog. Why the big man was at a fish concert, I have no idea.
They bring out a lot of special guests. I saw Jay-Z at a fish concert once.
Yeah, this is Trey Anastasio, and now everybody, the big man, Clarence.
Here's a half-hour version of Jungle Land.
I was expecting Clarence just to play the saxophone to a chalk dust for
dope.
3 hours.
I'm down with that.
President Obama's on his case.
All right, so when did you realize that Sterling was really done? Like, I think, like,
I learned-
the TMZ came out, the audio got leaked, and everyone started freaking out.
With my friends, the Cuertos, by the way, big shout out to Jason Ruffin of the Cuertos very quickly. He's getting married.
Happy birthday.
He texted me this morning at 8 in the morning.
Happy birthday, Jason.
And it's not his birthday. He got engaged this morning.
I like the fat mouse in Cinderella.
To his beautiful fiancee, Marissa.
32 years old.
And
Jason
he's
Ruffian.
36, and he's not 32. So thank you for fucking up my con. Shout out to my friend of so long and my bandmate on the Cuertos. I appreciate
come on,
that.
let's get back to Sterling.
So Donald Sterling, as the Cuertos as my witness, I said immediately he was gone because I did know about this stuff because I pay attention to my own goddamn brother's fucking articles because this guy has a goddamn book deal and is getting shit done. And the fact of the matter, he won Journalist of the Year for Los Angeles a couple years ago, by the way. Same year that we won Best Show on iTunes. So bam.
Best year for the O'Donnell
Maybe
family.
we are just like, me and my brother Patrick are like the goddamn fucking Baldwins over here. And Mark and Wally are like Daniel and Steven, if you get my drift. I'm just kidding, Mark and Wally, by the way. I don't know. I know they listen, so I don't know why I just took a shot. That's going to be make for an uncomfortable fucking
Yom Kippur dinner.
Yeah, some kind of Jew thing.
Where can we read your brother's stuff?
He was writing for the LA Weekly. I think he might have left to get, he got a book deal. He's going to be writing an expose on the L.A. mayor. I'm telling you, this guy is the fucking king of Los Angeles when it comes to journalism.
He's a muckraker.
He does the L.A. mayor. He does Schwarzenegger. He does all the big leagues in L.A. and he fucking grinds them down. We knew this about Donald Sterling years ago, but the Clippers sucked. I mean, I really want to get back to that point. The Clippers sucked in 2008, so we didn't say jack shit. Shame on the fucking NBA for being just a big bunch of phonies. And that especially means David Stern, who, in my opinion, his entire legacy has been fucked up in smoke now. Well, throw it out. Because he thought he was the all-time commissioner? No. That belongs to Pete Rozelle, who did a little thing called Monday Night Football and Super Bowls, among others. You know what?
You're getting in my face
David
now.
Stern, go fuck yourself. And unlike Donald Sterling, I'm not going to resort to xenophobia, right? Because I don't even know what xenophobia means.
Sad.
Like
I don't.
It's like Xanadu.
Yeah, it's like Xanadu, right? It was like, what the fuck is that? Like a desert or something? I don't even fucking know.
You're afraid of the
Like-
warrior princess.
Like xenophobia. Oh, right.
My favorite reaction was probably Larry Johnson, formerly of the Knicks.
Okay.
Where he says that, okay, we should just start an all-black league with only black owners.
I love that.
Me too.
I
love
love
that.
Larry
I love that.
Johnson.
Yeah.
First of
my
all,
favorite Knick.
Bring back the
All
Negro
time,
League.
for real.
let's put something in perspective, because I remember very vividly that Bill Walton in the mid-'90s criticized Larry Johnson during the Knicks playoff run. At which point, Bill Walton was criticizing his game.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
The man is a player of basketball.
And Larry Johnson responded by saying, Bill Walton's grandparents probably owned my grandparents as slaves. I think Larry Johnson's got a little bit of chip on the shoulder.
Larry Johnson's the man. Don't you badmouth him.
Bill Walton retorted, what the fuck are you talking about? And honestly, that's what he said.
Sure, it was crazy talk.
It was a crazy. So we're not going to exactly take Larry's. But
I am.
I swear to God, it's a great. Do we need? The only person we would miss is fucking Dirk Nowitzki. Do the All Black League, for Christ's sake.
Steve Kerr will be out of a job then because he's going to be the next head coach.
Fuck Steve Kerr. Fuck the white man. And I'm even being serious about that. I cannot tell you how annoyed, if not disgusted, I was through listening to sports radio these last 2 days. Why is it necessary for the white guy to call up and use this moment, to be like, if a black guy had said what Donald Sterling said, nobody would fucking care. I swear to God, listening to various radio shows, I heard 80 of those calls.
Sure.
I heard 80 white guys be like, I don't understand. Everyone's like, stop. Sometimes we don't, and you know what? Mark Cuban should know better. He did this whole slippery slope thing.
He says it's a slippery slope, but obviously what Sterling did was bad.
I understand where Cuban is actually coming from.
Well, Cuban's a businessman.
However, you can have isolated incidents sometimes. You can't have a guy in a league where 80% of the guys are black say, I don't want those people in my fucking building. That's crazy.
Or taking pictures with my girlfriend.
Yeah, but I actually think the black people in my building was worse. He was basically saying, I don't want fucking black fans showing up and making this like Yankee Stadium in 1980. That was always Steinbrenner's kind of thing. And that was kept quiet for a long time. But he did not like the fact that the Bronx was getting black, and that the Yankee Stadium, it's getting dilapidated. Yankee Stadium was fine. He wanted to whiten that fucking thing up, which is why he made a nice Hard Rock Cafe and fucking luxury suites. They're all fucking racist, is my point. I am sick and tired of people in authority making the most ludicrous, fucked up decisions and ruining it for everyone else.
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm just saying. I identify with Magic on this point.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been persecuted somehow.
Why?
Oh.
You're a white man from a well-to-do family in New Jersey.
I know.
It's tough.
You grew up in a mansion.
I am Irish, though. And when I came off the boat, people were throwing rocks at my head.
In the late 70s?
And then they said, get a fucking gun and go to the Civil War.
That's right.
And I'm like, this ain't my fucking war, baby. And then Bill the Butcher was there. And John C. Reilly played a cop.
You're just thinking of a movie as your memories.
And DiCaprio. And for some reason, Cameron Diaz was Irish. And I was like,
New York, you're thinking
what the fuck kind of accent is that, bitch?
Thank you.
Donald Sterling was right about you, Cameron Diaz. You're a fucking bitch. Pepper, you like this? You like that?
Are you trying to be autistic or something? What is that?
That was like my game face. Like,
Are you getting yourself psyched up?
I like
yeah.
Dave.
That's how when I do my game face, I go, like that, and then everyone's
Kind of
like,
like Chunk. from-
"Uh-oh, Dave's serious."
Goonies.
Yeah. When they go, he's not screwing around now. Roy, why don't you play us a nice little song for Donald Sterling? That's it, Roy. Nice little song for Captain Sterling here. The captain.
Derek Jeter, you're out of a nickname.
Imagine all the people. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Come on, Peppy. Above us what, Pep? Above us only sky. Imagine all the people.
Why are we singing this for?
Living all the world. You. Donald Sterling hates the black man. He thinks he smells like vermin. Donald Sterling and Sean O share the exact same political beliefs. You're from Long Island, right, Sean?
Yeah.
You guys have like a kind of like a Donald Sterling vibe up there, right?
Oh, the entire island.
I know
Racist.
Pitsy. I know Anthony
I don't roll
Pizzatola.
with Pitsy.
It's a hotbed of racism. It's Long Island.
Listen,
Pitsy.
I know a couple guys. Sean Roy Schaefer, Anthony.
Been to Anthony's house.
two or three of you has guns specifically in case a
Race
certain
war.
race of
Race war.
person enters your goddamn neighborhood.
Gingers.
Don't think I don't know. 2009, Sterling was the subject of the largest housing discrimination lawsuit payout ever. The largest housing discrimination lawsuit payout ever. How, after 2009, was this guy still fucking owning a basketball team in the NBA?
Well, to be honest, it wasn't like basketball players living in those buildings.
There you go.
That's a good point. Actually, you're wrong. A guy from right here, Spud Webb, was in those buildings. Yeah.
Wow.
And Muggsy Bogues. Apparently, Donald Sterling likes short basketball
small.
players.
Were they
yeah.
rooming?
Yeah.
Bunk beds?
Bunk beds. They're fun, you know? And I always thought that would be a fun little sitcom.
Spud Webb, Muggsy.
Spud and Muggsy.
Spud and Mug.
Just call it Spugsy. Other two Sterling lowlights in 2011, he refused to cover a Clippers assistant coach's prostate cancer treatment.
Sure. Well, he had it coming.
He forced the NBA players to pay for it. Players complained to Sterling, who brought women into the locker room while they were showering, because Sterling told the women, "Look at those beautiful black bodies." Well, he doesn't sound racist after all, Pep.
Yeah.
God.
Look at those beautiful black bodies. Maybe he's not racist. Here's a quote that is just fucking weird. And it's just so out of the blue. When you pay a woman for sex, you're not together with her. You're paying her for a few moments to use her body for sex. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Now he's just making sense.
That's Sterling's own testimony from 2003.
That wasn't
I
Donald
don't
Trump?
even know what the fuck, type of reference that was in the goddamn trial.
I do.
What happened, Roy?
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I talking out loud?
Yes, you were.
Sorry.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks,
So,
sir.
do you think he'd like to see? Because in the audio, he also said it's okay to sleep with black dudes. That's not a problem, but just don't take pictures with them. Do you think he
Yeah, that
liked watching black guys
that was
with
very funny.
chicks?
I don't usually read the comments off websites, but this particular comment got to me from some guy named Timothy Burke, who said about Sterling stating that she was free to bang black dudes.
Sleep with black dudes. Yeah.
She said, the guy says, "I have former ties to porn industry, and it makes me wonder something. It was my job to figure out what makes people tick and what they'd respond to. This makes me wonder if Donald Sterling is a cuckold
Oh God.
who secretly has an obsession with black men that he, for some dumb reason, feels guilty about. It's a pretty common combination. The cuckolds are an interesting bunch. And racist white guys buy a lot of interracial porn. In fact, they are the main financial supporters of that niche." So now we move on to, is Donald Sterling a cuckold who likes to watch his... And by the way, even his girlfriend's name is weird. She got legally changed to V.
Yeah.
Period Stiviano.
Yeah,
That's right.
This is Italian.
Her first name is V.
Yeah.
It's true.
V. Period.
Well, I'm sure it's just a gimmick, because she's a wannabe model or whatever it is.
Whoa.
She's half Mexican. Maybe she's half lizard with a name like V. Huh? Come on! Did anyone?
From the
No one.
TV show.
No one watched
They
that.
wanted to steal our water.
No one watched that.
They were going to
show,
steal
I
our
guess.
Watch
water.
Oh,
it, Dave.
And I go like this. I go, "Hey, her name's V. She must be half black, half fucking lizard over there, right, buddy? Right? Pal? Come on, let me play a little fucking thing here, right?"
I follow her on Instagram.
You really?
Why?
Yeah.
Does she have tats, or were those fake tats? I saw one picture of her with tats all over her arm, but then I don't see any other pictures of her with tattoos. So I wonder if they were just, those little rub-ons.
They're fake tests.
Thanks.
Well, now Sterling's wife is also suing her for about $2 million in change.
Sterling's estranged wife.
Yeah.
Here's
He's suing the girlfriend.
By the way, here's yet another thing that I get confused about. Are they married or are they not married? They're still married, yet he's fucking a girl who's half black, and yet he hates black people, whose name is V.
And 50 years younger than him.
I tell you, Game of Thrones is easier to comprehend than this fucking shit. Holy mackerel. By the way, Pep, very confused at Game of Thrones this week.
Why? How so?
Very confused. The White Walkers, now they're all of a sudden, they're putting babies They have a castle?
Yeah.
I didn't even fucking... I thought the White Walkers just roam the earth like zombies
They got
eating fucking brain.
They got a castle.
I didn't know this. And their castle looked a lot like Castle Grayskull, by the way. Let me just point that out. But I tell you, Game of Thrones, this is the best season they've ever had. And the only thing that's ruining it is Donald Sterling. Because when he called Tyrion a little N-word, I said, by the way, here's the thing that I realized watching Game of Thrones this past week.
There's not enough black people?
There really isn't. You always talk about Daenerys. I never realized that Daenerys and Khaleesi are the same person.
Yeah.
That's a shocker right there. Did you guys know that?
Wait a minute. Is this a spoiler?
Oh, my God.
So that concludes your Donald Sterling special on the Davey Mac Sports Program.
All things Sterling. All the time.
Thank you, Donald Sterling, for an entire topic.
For decades of racism.
Well, actually, right before we go, I want to say this. We've been around since October 2010, which you can't get those initial episodes online, but we have been around since October 2010. Is this the biggest sports story in Davey Mac Sports Program history?
Sandusky.
I was going to say Sandusky, this story, and then Manti Te'o was your top three. Would that be your top three?
Te'o was, I think, way in the third.
Way in the third.
Yeah.
All right.
Because it was debunked like within a week.
You got to have Sandusky as the number one story, right?
Yeah, I mean, he possibly just hoard out
child
children.
rape is pretty fucking bad, right? We can all agree on that. As hurtful as the things he said was, child rape is worse. So we're going to go on that. Davey Mac Sports Program, anti-child rape. And that's it.
Finally.
I'm Eastside Dave. That's Pepper, Sean O, Roy Schaefer, sports therapist, Adam, Zach Fax. Hey, Zach, you've been fantastic, baby.
Love you, handsome
we love
bastard.
you. Good night, everybody.